Welcome to Tea and Herbalism with Lady D, and I'm Lady D. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're having a special show, something a little different. I will be sharing a tea. So today we're gonna talk a little about the orange tea. We'll put the ingredients on the screen because I don't remember everything that's in here. But there was a national brand tea that was called Orange Wild Sweet Orange, and I said I have most of those ingredients except for a few. So I made my own, and it smells amazing. I can tell you that it has rose petals, orange peel, and I'm pretty sure this was the orange that I dried myself from an orange that I ate, and peppermint. And then we'll have to get the rest of the ingredients to you. We'll put it on the screen. Today I'm interviewing a young entrepreneur and her family. I'm real excited about it. Uh, Her name is Noah, and she's the CEO of NoJo Sparkle Co. And I'll show you about the product that I purchased from her later on in the show, probably during the interview. But just to stick with our tea theme, we're going to have this orange tea that I made up here, trying to mimic that one, which I actually like mine better because it's like herb pieces and not dust. So I try not to bash tea bags, but yeah. So right now, I'm lighting my tea light so we can go ahead and keep the tea warm. And I think I'm going to use about 3 teaspoons of the tea. Well, 3 heaping teaspoons. I use my tea bloom teaspoon as usual. I'm going to go ahead now and add the water. I'm trying to bring it in front of us so you can see that. No, I don't measure. I just spot it to where I think it's enough for me and to share with a friend. I'm gonna put that lid on to keep that herbal goodness inside. So right now it's a light green color. My tea light went out, but that's okay. We'll check on that in a moment. Just let that steep. Now I would like to show you my teacup. I've never used this. This is one of my very first Facebook Marketplace purchases. And this is kind of in honor of my guests today. Their parents. We're family. So this, I don't know if you can see it, has a star for OES. I'm not going to go into all the details, but I just wanted you to see the stars on the cups and the flowers and the various colors. Lunar Love by Denise, where everything is handmade in small batches. You can reach me at my Etsy website or at my email address and place your order. I'm also known as Lady D. Thank you. And I do believe my guests are here. And I'm so excited. So excited to have them here. So when my engine is ready, he can pull them on up.
Hello.
Hello. How are you all?
Good.
Good. Wonderful. Thank you for joining me today, Noah and family. I'm so excited to have you.
What?
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for joining me too. Okay, I am just taking a moment to look for that something I already should have had up. Okay, so I want to let you all know that Noah is the 8-year-old Sparkle behind NoJo Sparkle Co. Colorful little world inspired by creativity, confidence, and black girl magic. She loves turning beads, bows, bright colors, and big ideas into adorable creations that make people smile. And if you saw the picture I put up of her and her different creations, it made me smile. So hopefully it made you smile too. Her favorite quote is just have fun. With a whole lot of imagination and just the right amount of sparkle, Noah is building something that's completely her own. So help me welcome Noah, everybody. Hi, Noah. I think,
Hi.
oh, I can't hear you. How are you today?
Good.
Good. Would you like to introduce your family to us?
Yeah.
Or I can do it if you want.
Um, um, I want
You
You
want
want to?
to?
to.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
So you gotta move your hands. Go ahead.
Yes.
So look, just who am
And
I?
just be comfortable.
This,
It's just
this,
us right now.
this is mommy. She
Okay.
helps me make my keychains and my my bracelet and everything
Hmm.
else. And also, this is my dad. He
Hmm.
moved the stuff to get it there on fairs.
Ah, okay.
Also, he also does, and he also helps us decide on stuff. And then this is Farron, and the he's the boss of the bead ball, and he does stuff. He does stuff.
He
Oh,
does.
wonderful. I love that. So, her team.
Right, basically.
Her team, yeah. Dad does the heavy lifting and craft fairs and picks out some designs. And mom, she helps create stuff. And then Farron does stuff.
Mhm.
Well, I'm so happy that you're all here. What I want to do quickly. Well, I wanted you to have your tea. Were you able to make the tea?
Mhm. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to cool down a little bit.
Oh, that
Uh,
makes sense.
yep. Yep. So it's got the piping hot water in it.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
and the flavor that we got is the orange tea with orange peel, peppermint, rose petals, lemon balm, and
Uh-huh.
hydrogen
Root.
root. So this one.
Okay, wonderful. That's the same tea I'm drinking today. And I see I wrote on the bag what's in it. So thanks for sharing that. I'm like, we'll tell you what's in it later. So I bought this at 50 Shades of Pink. Noah had a table there. Her mom manned it. So look at this case, everyone. This is not a dollar store
Yeah.
pencil case. So I was impressed with the packaging. Um, I really was just trying to support and to have a pencil. And I'll show you why I wanted the pencil. So it says OES sister. Look at that. And I love tags, like for books to mark my books. And you can write on these. I've done that. Write on them and put it in my book to mark the pages. And there's a little sticky pad. Okay, I put the flag on there, but nice little sticky pad. And all of this is quality. And again, I say I love my books. Here's this bookmark, y'all, that came in it. One of those metal bookmarks, the OES on it. That's what I was showing with my cup, the OES. A pair of cotton gloves. Who doesn't need cotton gloves, okay? Another pencil and a highlighter. And y'all know I got issues, so my hand sanitizer. So I always trying to sanitize my hands. And this. a fan, which I actually can use right now because I'm hot. But isn't that amazing? I don't even remember what I paid for this, but I was not expecting all of this. I was just expecting a pen, the pencil. Okay. So do you all remember how much a set like this cost?
$25.
Okay, that's not bad. All of that for $25.
So she
And
has those for all different occasions. Like we have those specifically for when we vend at Eastern Star events, but like she vends at like her dance studio and like back to school fairs.
And also we have something like that where we have a book bundle and it has pen and pencil and a bookmark. It's like a mystery book, and it says what you would like on it, and then you can pick it.
Yep, so
And
she
that
has
costs $15.
Yep, so she has blind dates with books for like middle years and young adult readers, but specifically by Black authors with Black protagonists in there. That's sort of our angle, because I think representation is really important. But like with the bundle that you got, she sells them for like back to school, where it has like baby wipes and hand sanitizer and deodorant, and all of those things that we sort of need to keep in our bag. Particularly as our kids are running up and down a field or leaping across a practice room or whatever,
Wow, that's wonderful. And I love young adult books, okay? And I've been creating a to be read list of Black authors. So that's pretty cool. I didn't leave this out. This was also in there, this handkerchief with the ruffle, the lace. So again, way more than I would expect for $25. So Noah, I'm wondering what caused you to want to, or what motivated you to create this business?
I like creating stuff.
Get it out of your mouth.
I like creating stuff, and I have fun because then I get to try new things with the beads and the string. And a couple of days ago, I tried a unicorn.
How did that work out?
Really good.
Can you look in there and get the unicorn there, or pass me the box?
Yeah, pass you the box. There we go.
It's heavy.
Let me see, because we just put it in here, didn't we?
Yes, we started counting, and we have a number.
A number.
Okay, a number. Nothing wrong with a number. And I think it's amazing that you two support her in her creative ambitions. Oh, can you hold it by the side so I can see? Oh, that's cute. And that's a unicorn? Oh, I like it. Did you have to make it individually with the individual pieces?
I had to look for the beads. They all came in different packages. But I did this. I chose the skin color and all the hair colors, and the ears are stars.
So, but no, Hernando and I have, as our family will tell you, we don't know how to sit down. We're always too much. But one of the things that we stress with our kids is, as long as you want to do it, we'll support you. But moreover, as she started becoming more of a voracious reader and more of a competitive dancer, we had a conversation about, sis, your hobbies are expensive. So how are we going to do this together? And we sampled it at her very first vending event was at her grandmother's nonprofit, Autism and Us's second annual Sweatpants and Mimosas, which is like a caregiver support event for caregivers of people with autism. And she made a bunch of keychains and a bunch of pens, and she sold out. So when she realized that she could sort of turn that talent that thing that she
Yes.
sort of likes doing and is, you know, leaving beads and rubber bands all over my house just for fun into financial gain. She really liked it. So
Yeah, and I think coupled with that, the fact that she sees examples of that in and throughout our family. So, as mentioned, my mom has her nonprofit, Autism in Us. Sadie's has her own business. I have my own business. Even Farron's trying to get on board with his own business. So it's something that we're trying to build, that, you know, generational wealth, that idea of you don't necessarily have to work for someone your entire life, or you could just do it on the side, but have something as either a primary or a backup plan when it comes to participating in this capitalistic society.
That's wonderful. Now, if you two want to, let us know about your businesses while you're here, we're we're ready to hear about it.
An ad.
you said an ad.
Not an ad.
So I started Tiptoe Design Studios, which sort of covers like all of the arts and crafty things that I like to do. But my main focus with that right now is Black Story Lab, which is a curricular development framework for teachers, not just secondary teachers, but I am a secondary educator. So the middle school and high school sort of comes naturally to me. So that's sort of where my focus is. But we focus on putting the narrative text back into fair. And be careful. Grab your cup, Bubba. Thank you. We put our focus back, putting the narrative text back into history. So putting the story, not to be corny, back into history. And moreover, when I can present and I don't have to sort of make it translate well for everybody, putting those marginalized voices that are often ignored or left out of the narrative back into historical events for teachers, and sort of showing teachers how they can do that without having to reinvent the wheel or without having to create something brand new. The front door just popped a little bit.
Oh, okay.
That's wonderful.
And then he has Flowers Business Consulting.
Yeah, so Flowers Business Consulting, we're primarily focused on the HR side of the house. So when you think about recruiting, retention, policy review, employee relations services, things of that sort, because the belief is that people are your most important asset. So how do we help businesses, particularly small businesses, cultivate those that asset to optimize production and operations? Also on the side, I help out with resume review, interview prep, and things of that sort, because I have over 17 years of HR experience. So it's time to put that to use. As mentioned before, I'm also the treasurer for Autism in Us, which is a community of support for parents and caregivers of those with autism spectrum disorder. It started as an idea because my mom was trying to find that community, dealing with my brother who was on the spectrum, and in trying to find resources, trying to find people who were like her that were trying to navigate this system that wasn't necessarily open at the time, as far as providing those resources and that community. So Autism in Us.
Wow, that's amazing. You all are quite busy. And I appreciate you making time to meet with me today. So let's see. I'm going to actually take a moment to pour my tea. I already put honey in the cup. All right. Let's see. I think it's amazing, Noah, that you've had craft tables at events, because a lot of us adults are scared to do that, frankly, and the fact that you put yourself out there, how does that make you feel when you're at the events selling your items?
It makes me feel proud, and it also makes me feel good that I decided to do this and raise money for my dance studio and for other things I want to do.
Okay, that's wonderful.
And then typically, so she'll tailor what she's selling to the event. So she had a table at the last autism caregiver event, but it coincided with the dance competition. So she put great grandma in charge of the table because it takes a village. But she made everything that she made for that event represented autism spectrum disorder in some way. And then she donated a portion of those proceeds back to the organization. And then when we do things for different organizations, like she'll vend with our Eastern Star chapter, and we'll put a portion of those funds back towards our scholarship fund. So we're also really stressing the notion of giving back and supporting the community that supports you. She's passionate about it to the point where like she'll call me on it before I do it.
Right.
So it's wonderful to sort of, you know, want your small humans in your family to be a part of a community, and them grasping what that means holistically, both from the giving and sort of the receiving aspects of community.
Yes. And while you were talking, all I could think about, she's a philanthropist too, entrepreneur and a philanthropist. That's you know, it speaks to how giving your family is too. Because you could have, you know, just put the money back into her for dance or whatever else she wants to do, but she's giving to others. And that speaks volumes about your family being givers and not takers. So that's wonderful. And I think you are great people personally. So
we appreciate it. Yeah, we definitely pride ourselves in giving back to the community. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we joined the likes of Eastern Star or other organizations. You know, the stuff that we do outside of work is all about giving back, especially to those that's coming behind us, because we need to continue to build our community so that way it can grow stronger. And that's one of the things that we try to instill in Noah, in Farron, and other family members as well.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned Farron's name, because when you talked about businesses, I think we left somebody out.
You want to come over here and talk about Fat Man Sweets, Farron, or are you drinking your lemonade?
You guys talk about it for me.
You're gonna let his team talk about it.
Aaron has selling candies and cake pops. Hello. And he has Swedish Fish, Skittles, M&Ms, marshmallows, and his cake pops are homemade.
Okay.
And so the teacher in me, even when we started with Noah, we wanted to stress the business side, that logistic side of business, because everybody can have a skill. Everybody can have a hobby. Everybody can have a talent, but you can't necessarily parlay that into those transferable skills, whether it is the soft skills of, you know, when you're at a vendor table, smiling when somebody walks by, you know, but also Farron loves sweets. He's never met a piece of chocolate he don't like.
Except for white chocolate.
Except for white chocolate.
He said, that's what I was thinking in my head. I don't like white chocolate.
That's white chocolate.
But working with him when it comes to sort of like the delicacies of baking, like the measuring. This is how you measure a liquid versus a solid. This is how you have to move when there's a cake in the oven, which is hard for a 5-year-old, but like being invested in that process, you know, this is what, if you're going to dip your cake pop, this is what it needs to look like. So that, yes, Hernando and I are doing a lot of the hand holding with Farron for right now. But by the time he is Noah's age, he's going to be a lot more independent than even she is at this point. Because with Noah, really and truly, we're there so that they know she's not there by herself. But everything she does, she's self-sufficient.
Yes.
And so he's going to get there a lot sooner than she did, just by nature of starting earlier and having those conversations earlier.
Yeah, and I think coupled with that, having them being responsible for the business aspect, they learn the likes of like supply chain management, inventory management. So Noah will tell us when something's low or she needs to make some more stuff for an event that's coming up. And we'll talk to her like, hey, this event is expecting X number of people. How many keychains or whatever do you think you'll need to make before that event?
200.
Same thing with Farron. He did a vending at our family day. And then we had to figure out how many cake pops he needed for that and how many ring pops he wanted to sell. So just fully understanding from soup to nuts. So when I establish their EIN number and their LLC, even with the state, I made sure, for example, when it came to Noah, that she got a copy of that paperwork. Like, this is what Daddy had to do to establish your business, and here's why. And then from there, just managing the business from start to finish. And then, just like Sadie's mentioned, we're there to support and sort of explain the steps going forward.
And then we also have, and Noah will tell you because she gets sick of me talking about it, but we have real financial conversations with our kids about this is how much this costs.
Yes.
Is this something that you think your business can handle?
And it's not in the budget.
Because her daddy is the king of it's not in the budget.
It's not in the budget.
And mommy is the queen of budget wear. If we want to do this, we can make it happen. So
do it,
when it comes to things like she is a competitive dancer, she also went to school and was outside the elements today, which is why she's so coffee and sneezy. I'm sorry, she went to the beach.
Yeah.
She feels better.
But she's a competitive dancer. She's dancing in 5 or 6 dances this year. I don't even know. I just kind of show up and I pay the bill when it comes. Right. But we have conversations of, okay, these are the big things. Like, mommy figured out after our parent meeting, this is how much competition is going to cost you this year. How much do you think NoJo Sparkle Co can do? Or do you think NoJo Sparkle Co needs to take a break while you focus on dance? We try to have those conversations with her so that she can make realistic decisions.
Yeah, I was gonna say that she's a part of the decision making. You're not telling her this is what is going to happen.
So our biggest upcoming thing is costume deposit is due in October. Or no, in September, and that deposit is $200. Do you think $200 is something NoJo Sparkle Co can handle? And you have 2 fairs left before we go back to school. She said, "Yeah, mommy, we can do that." Okay, great. So now she's invested in it because she's made a commitment.
Yes,
and we honor our commitments. We don't let our team down. We don't let the people who support us down. But then on top of that, okay, if every single one of your bag charms is $5, how many of these do you need to sell in order to make your $200? And we do that math and we work backwards, which, I mean, the teacher in me, please don't hit me in the face. The teacher in me is like, great. That's like applicable math skills that's going to translate great when she goes back to school in 2 weeks. So it's all of those steps that go along with it.
We don't talk about back to school.
Don't talk about back to school.
She's not ready, huh? That's interesting. I talked to a lot of people, and a lot of I'm not even sure all the generation names now, but the younger generation, they say school doesn't teach them about financing. Like, they'll teach them about everything else, but not about, how to budget, how to balance your checkbook, how to, all these life skills you actually need in life. So it's good that you're instilling that into your children now.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to supplement that education at home anyway. We have the benefit of having a teacher in the house that understands the importance of that. But I mean, to your point, wherever the education system is gapping, that's where parents, family, and everybody has to come in and fill in that gap. So just like you mentioned, I will tell somebody in a minute that it's not in the budget. But why do I say that? What do I mean by it's not in the budget? What budget am I even talking about?
Right.
That's the type of conversation that we need to have.
So Noah was not, I don't even think she could sit up by herself. I don't even think she could sit up, like, if we're being really honest. Like, she was just at that, like, sort of like babbling age. And I have a video of him, like, going over our family budget, and she's like babbling on his lap. And he's like, no, you need to see, like, there's no more milk left in the budget. Like, there's no budget for milk.
Yes.
Right? So, like, it's been a mantra her whole life. So now it's like a family joke. But stop, girl. It's a family joke, but it's serious when we talk about budgeting, because we know, like, I had the benefit of the high school that I went to. We had a career readiness class, which wasn't just for kids who were going to college or kids who were going straight to the workforce. It was a lot of those life skills that you had to learn. Like, we learned how to write a check. We had to do a project on how much we needed to make to live in the city we wanted to live in. We had all of those things, but we also didn't have that until junior year of high school. And I think with the way financial stuff works in our society, those personal finance classes, those things like that, like I think they need to be embedded in like math or even social sciences in at the latest upper elementary.
Yeah, to help explain the why.
Yeah, you go ahead, baby. Go for you just want to hear your own voice.
I feel like you said that I was supposed to do talking.
You're supposed to do talking. Carry on.
You guys are blabbering.
Our bad. Go ahead.
Well, they're interesting.
We have a lot of keychains at NoJo Sparkle Co. My favorite one is the flowers. It's very easy to make.
Let's see it. Oh, that's pretty. I like it.
It's her favorite, but she will not accept any flowers jokes because of her last name.
Right.
She will not accept any flower puns.
Yes. I was thinking in my head, I'm like, God, I'm not going to do that. No. Good thing I didn't.
And then
I don't want to storm off. No. Oh, I like that. And do you knot that yourself? You braided that yourself?
I made this part. I made this part, but then Mama made this part.
Okay, so she did the braiding herself, and you put the beads together.
Because that was actually one from like we put two together, like a new one and an old one together. Yeah. But we sat down. The thing I love about Noah is you just have to show it to her once or twice. You may have to go back and help her. But when it comes to anything that she can do with her hands, she'll figure it out.
I did this.
I know. I need a lesson how to make that. Say that one more time.
I did this one by myself.
Oh, I like that. Is that red, white, and blue?
Yep.
And then it has a bomb pop, a beaded bomb pop on it.
Let's see. Oh, okay.
So so once she learns, and like I'll even set her up like she doesn't have access to like social media and stuff on her tablet, but like we'll sit down and I'll open up like the TikToks of people making different weavings and things like that on my iPad, and she'll sit there and she'll watch the video 2 or 3 times and make the thing. Like she taught herself how to make like the little dumpling shape by watching the video over and over again.
I taught myself how to make
and the cross.
The unicorn too.
So she's very
creative.
She's very hands-on, and she is going to learn how to do it. She will ask for help. But one of my big things is I'll help you the first time, but you got to pay attention so that you can do it yourself the next time. And that's like across the board with everything.
That's a true teacher right there.
It is.
Show you the first time. Pay attention.
Right.
Right. So Noah, I have an off-topic question for you. What is that formula on your shirt?
So she had one of these when she was a baby. It's the chemical compound for melanin.
Oh.
I can send you the link for it. We all had matching ones when she was probably about a year old.
Nice.
And this is actually a hand-me-down from her big cousin, because he can no longer fit it because he's grown it now. So when her aunt was cleaning out the closet, she said, "Hey, this shirt is Noah can fit this now."
Mama said, "I'm the king of beans because I have a mustache."
She said she's the king of beans.
No, I bought.
So Noah, I have a question for you. Let me see. Where do we go? Is there anything that you need for your business?
No, I don't have. I have all that I need. My beads are all over there in a pile. And then the string is all over there in a pile.
In the pile. Okay, so you have what you need.
Opportunities?
Yeah, like spaces to sell your stuff.
Or people to support your business.
Okay, you got to go ahead and talk.
Yeah, where can they find you?
I may need some opportunities to sell my stuff.
Okay.
And I may need people to support my business.
Okay. So
I think that I don't need to cut you off, but this is just something that I've noticed as a parent navigating this like kid entrepreneur space. I think that is important for people of color who are hosting events where they want vendors to be there to offer a different rate for kid vendors. I know the table because I've been on the logistics side of it too.
Yeah.
But it is different getting, what's the most we've ever paid? It's different getting a $250 table and your items are $20 or $30 a piece. But Noah is at that point she was 7.
Yeah.
And all her stuff, most expensive thing she had was $10 at that point. And like her break even is going to look a lot different in terms of inventory and number of things sell. Now, the flip side of that is she did really good. She does really good at different events, particularly events where she is present because she is 8 years old.
Yes.
It comes off better with an 8-year-old selling her own keychains versus her 37-year-old mama sitting there with a sign that said, Noah can't be here. She had dance, but I think that that's something like when we talk about community and support, she does need more vending experiences. She does need supporters. Like those are things that every business needs. As far as like inventory and things like that, she's great, but the opportunity in the spaces to sell her stuff is major. And as a kid, sometimes $200 sounds like way too much. Like as a grown up, $200 hits different, especially when gas is $4.35 a gallon.
Oh yes. And let's not talk about groceries.
And let's not talk about groceries. And the $200 I spent, and I only got 1 pack of meat. But
right.
But I think giving opportunities and making sure that there are opportunities specifically for kid entrepreneurs in the spaces where they can see shoppers and other business people that look like them is really important.
Oh, that's cool. I have something I'm going to send you. I was looking for it now, but I'll look for it later.
That's for sure.
This was fun.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you thought it was fun. I was impressed with you and your items and your team. And your team allowing you the space because recently I'll say a former friend because I had to set up some boundaries, but former friend of mine, her child wanted to do something and she was like, oh no, you're a kid. And she's like 11 or 12. And I'm like, no, I know someone who has a younger child selling stuff. So just to debunk that myth that you can't do things or sell things as a kid. But does Noah have a Cash App or PayPal or anything if we put that up so people could send money if they wish to?
Currently, her Cash App is my Cash App. Just because, so we have, we do all of her banking through like a military credit union, but also through Greenlight. Not sponsored, not sponsored, but it allows us for when she does do things like chores and things like that. It's a great app that allows us to pay her allowance directly to a card. And it lets us pay by the chore. So whenever someone sends her like a donation or like when she's raising money for dance, like she just got back from this huge trip to New York that we were raising money for. Anybody that sent her spending money, what I did is I took that out of my Cash App and I put it directly on her card. And then I always make a point because, we want financial transparency and we want to understand how to do business. That I would tell her, hey, Auntie Denise just sent you $10 on Cash App. I'm putting $10 on your Greenlight card. And then we'll go over the balances and things like that. But until she hits probably about, I'm gonna say 13. She may show us that it can be sooner, but once she hits about 13, I'll start setting up those things independent. Unless like, hey, this business may take off and it may all have to be independent. I'll claim it. For now, all of her banking and stuff falls under me, just so I can track it and make sure she's safe.
Okay, that makes sense. So if you want, please text that to me so we can put it up. And if you know it, you can share it and we can, that was on there verbally, but we can put it up later.
I will go ahead and text it to you because I have to look it up.
That's fine. That's fine. And that way, if Noah need, you all want to give Noah some money, that's cool. And I want to know about her Instagram. If they were to DM you through there with opportunities, is that okay?
They can totally, and specific, always, you can DM us through the Instagram. I have all of them linked, so I will get the notification that she has a DM. I just ask for grace. Give me a few minutes. I do have somebody that's at a dance studio 5 days a week and karate the other day.
Yes.
But I will get back to you, and we accept, commissions. If it is a concept, she and I will sit together and brainstorm and figure out how to do it. We have done bulk orders before because the pins that she makes, as well as these beaded keychains that she's been showing you, also double as fidgets in terms of people who sort of need to touch something or, to ground themselves. So she actually has one that she keeps on her water bottle. But if you look at your pin and your bookmarks, they spin.
I'm going to take a look because I didn't notice that. I guess I call myself keeping them safe in this case. So we're going to keep them safe. So all of this spins and I can fidget.
All of that spins, and it won't come off when you spin it.
And I was going to ask you that too.
So it won't unscrew if you're just spinning the beads. But because of that, we've gotten a couple bulk orders from organizations that sort of, deal with people who need that extra stimulation or sensory feeling to sort of help them focus or whatever. So we accept bulk orders, even when it comes down to, we've had a bulk order of like the back to school version of your OES kit you got. We do all of that. And her DMs are always open. And if mine are too, if you just want to go directly to mom, it's whatever. Dad doesn't have social media and he's just gonna refer you to me.
I looked for him on Facebook the other day. I couldn't find him, so I gave up. But
no, he hasn't had Facebook since probably about 2012.
This is the bookmark. I just took it out of the case. I can quit protecting it now and put it in one of my herbal books. And look at how nicely it sits in there. So they no longer need to be protected by the case. Look. So hold on, let me see here. Okay. And so this other herbal book, just to prove my case, not that I have to, are the flags that came in what I ordered from her, and I've written on them and marked my pages. So I absolutely love those little types of little things, You
got that because you got the bundle.
The bundle, yeah.
So Noah's very excited about her blind dates with the book, and you get. Okay, go ahead. Tell us. You get all of what?
You get
can't talk with tape in your mouth.
You get all of that with a book. A journal, a pen, some bookmarks.
Your team trying to help. No.
Lip gloss, and
did you say lip gloss?
Bookmarks.
Oh, bookmarks.
Stickers, the flags.
Okay. And if you get the blind dates with the book, you get the same thing, but instead of a journal, you get a book, and you and you get stickers.
So it's a random book by a Black author.
Yeah, but it says if you like Craig and the Creek, if you like Paw Patrol, if you like a show that's related, then that would mean like this is the book you would want to pick.
Oh, okay. And how much would that case be?
15.
Okay. All right.
And most we have pre-read all of the books, like not the actual book that you're getting, but like
right.
that are interested, like even from like a teacher perspective, like I can tell you like what the themes are, so on and so forth. Just from a people who don't want to read about whatever the case may be. But we make it a point to, at the very least, a person of color is the protagonist in the book. But my baseline most of the time is that the author also needs to be African American.
Okay. That's wonderful. Yeah, I can see myself sending some money away for that.
I'll set it to the side for you, sis.
Cool. All right. Well, again, I totally appreciate all of you and your time, sharing your businesses. You are an inspiration, Noah, as well as your team. So we can put her Instagram back up. That'd be great. So you can go there and DM, send opportunities because she said she needed opportunities. Send her
Um,
opportunities there, and then we'll put up later how you can send money to mom, uh,
Mhm.
to Noah's team actually. No.
and also, I want to say something.
What would you like to say, my love?
For everyone who's trying to start a business, you got this.
Oh, that's amazing. See that? That made my heart soft. I thought I was gonna cry for a minute. I'm sure I'm a cry baby sometimes, but say it again, Noah, for everybody so they can hear you again.
So can you say it louder?
One more time.
For everyone who's starting a business, you got this.
You got this. I think we're gonna put that up on the screen too so they can see that. As she said, that's wonderful. I did want to see what did I do with that picture. I just wanted to say one thing, and I'm trying to think of where it went. On her picture, she had a saying. Mom, do you remember what that was?
On her picture or
Yeah, maybe it was on her Instagram. There was a saying. It's probably basically what she just said about you got this. If I find it, we can throw it up on the screen. 'Cause I thought it was inspiring.
So her tagline on Instagram is where glitter meets goals, because before we set every season, every vendor season, we
Mhm.
set out with a goal of what we want to raise. So prior to her trip to New York, it was she wanted to raise enough money so that she could get whatever souvenir she wanted when we went on Broadway. And she
Mhm.
did. And now that we're gearing up to dance season again, her short-term goal is again that costume deposit.
Every
Uh-huh.
morning.
So, and it will, it'll go back and forth. Sometimes it's okay, mommy, I really want all 75 books of this hardcover series. So my goal is however much this box set costs.
Yeah.
But they're always goals that she's interested in setting. I
Go.
try not to set them for her. I try not to make it a rule that,
Mhm.
okay, all of the money you raise has to go to this thing.
Mhm.
Because while I want her to be an entrepreneur, she's still a kid.
Right.
Yes.
She's still a kid, and she's a kid that we chose to bring into this world. So we're gonna make sure all her needs are met. But we also gonna teach her to have some fun. It's really what it boils down to.
Mhm. That's good. So and you said everything that glitters is gold, like GOAL.
It's where glitter meets gold.
I'm sorry. Where glitter meets gold, but it's GOAL, gold.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. And I did open the picture, and I think it says "I believe in me" on the card that she has there, on one of her bracelets.
Whenever she sells bracelets, those bracelets come with an affirmation card.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, as the mom that's at the stand, normally when she's packing up an order, it's gonna have an affirmation card in it that has like the little brown girl and her logo on there.
Mhm.
Laser eye.
Because we believe in speaking life into people.
Yes.
We've done affirmations with her since before she knew what an affirmation was.
Mhm.
She'd be that baby hooping and hollering in the store, and I'd be like, "You are safe, you are healthy."
I am.
So what you crying for? But no, but no. Every night before we go to bed, what are our affirmations? What do we say? Noah is
strong, smart, brave,
and
that's enough for all the right stuff.
So Noah is strong, Noah is smart, Noah is brave, and Noah is just enough of all the right stuff.
Oh.
And then we go through after, so we do our nighttime prayer, we do affirmations, and then we go through all the people that love her. So mommy loves her, daddy loves her, her brother loves her, dog loves her, all of her angels love her, and God loves her. So what does that mean?
Yes.
What does that mean? It means we got a maid. And that's something we've done since she was really, really small. We carried it on with her brother.
Laser eyes.
Girl, you get slap happy.
Right. One thing I'll add is that when you talk about Noah's heart, one thing that immediately comes to mind is when she did some care packages for some folks from our previous unit. So we went through gathered some stuff, and then put in, what was it, keychains, and then those affirmation cards. And I've gotten a slew of text messages from folks in my former unit about how much they appreciated those, and even something as small as those affirmation cards went a long way when they were overseas in Kuwait.
And I like that you're instilling self-confidence in her, like even with the affirmations and letting her know that everything she has, is what she has, what she needs. I think that's amazing. That give her the fortitude to navigate this world.
And it's important to me and to her dad. I'll give him a little bit of credit.
Yes.
That I tell everybody, because she's a smart kid. I'm not gonna act like my baby isn't smart. She's a smart kid. And everybody, that used to be the first thing that people would say, oh, she's so smart to be doing this. Oh, she's so smart. She is smart. And she's beautiful, and she's all of these things. But most importantly, she's a good human.
Yes.
And as a teacher, I tell my
I want to be an alien, though.
Okay, well, you be a good alien. Be good at whatever, but you got to be good, whatever it is. That you can give me academically whatever type of student you want to, as long as that person is a good human. And Noah's heart and her willingness to help other people. She often, her uncle is 20 years old and has autism, and he was classified as nonverbal for a long time, but he does have some words, some very strong words in his vocabulary. He's gonna let you know. And she has been so kind and so helpful with him that, like, he will call my phone in the middle of the workday. He is at school, but he'll call my phone and say, Noah Farron, so can you bring them to my house, please, and thank you, so we can play.
Noah
House, Farron House. But moreover, when there are differently able people that she encounters, whether it's at school, whether it's at camp, whether she goes out of her way to treat them like regular people and play with them just like anybody else would play with them, but also to make sure that they aren't by themselves. When it comes to the younger girls and boys at her dance studio, she's the one that's like, okay, don't do that. How about we try this instead? And I think that heart also translates very well into her business, into the things that she cares about. I mean, it translates really well into, if you want to start a business, you got this. And that to me is the most meaningful, important aspect of Noah. And sorry, my bad, I didn't mean to tickle you. Of NoJo Sparkle Co. is that heart that she carries through whatever and everything she does. Not that sound. Not that
sound. Well, I think Noah's tired of us. So.
She is.
So I want everyone to like, subscribe, and share. And we'll get you all a copy so you can share with whom you'd like to. And please donate to Noah. We'll get that information up for you. Donate to the network. Yes, and have fun. Please have fun with whatever you're doing. You can donate to the network. Cash App is $ United Front Network. Everything goes back into the network. If you want to donate to me, it's $ Naturalista D. Let it go towards me buying herbs and teacups and stuff that I like to share on the show. And again, thank you all for being here with us today. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Miss Noah. I appreciate you for spending time with us.
You're welcome.
Oh, it was very fun. I'm glad you had fun. Okay. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Take care.
Take care.
Take care.